Okay, finally. My name is Kirby Groves. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm shooting myself in the foot if I don't ask you to subscribe and like the video, so if you could, please do that. That'd be great. Thank you. Earlier this week on Monday, I posted just a bunch of old songs that I had sitting on my phone on an app called Oxy, and people were asking me, how do you make music on a phone? How do you make music that good on a phone? Nobody was asking me that. I made a song, and I think it would be a great video to dissect the song I made and all the cool parts about it and such. So this is music making on a phone with Kirby Groves. Okay. This is called Dangerous Baby. I like this one sound called leak, and that is this sound right here. Turn up my volume in my ears here. I have a whole series of songs that start with a chord progression with that or some other pluck very similar like that. And yeah, it's just a thing I do. I set the BPM to 170, 180. I pick a key and I roll with it. Yeah, so let's is it good? Is it bad? Let's go through it. When you add a new loop in Oxy, it actually gives you the scale that you're looking for directly. And then you can make it chromatic if you'd like. So when I'm going for some of those like minor notes, I'll make it chromatic, but when I'm not, I can just kind of trust that I'll know a cool sound. So it'll be like, just as an added thing, I made the release on this sound super short, so that the sound kind of stops really quick, so I can do some really quick like stuff if I wanted to. Otherwise, I can just hold out the note like I do there and make it sound fine. But if I wanted something like that, it kind of sounds pretty cool. I kind of like that. So I make the release really short. I make the attack pretty quick. I don't know what else to say. It's a chord progression. It's something. I don't know what it is. It's an F, I think. Usually next I will add a bass line, or to some degree I'll make the bass sound for it, just so I know where I'm headed. And sometimes I will put, just kind of as an intro, I'll put the bass in next. But actually I made this little arpeggiator. It cuts at the very end there. But I kind of like that, so I wanted to do that as kind of the lead in or whatever. I have a drum kit here. I have bass arpeggiator, chords, drum kit, very basic. This kilobyte is going to be the backing chords when I want some feels for that. Gossip is going to be my main lead. So it kind of makes it so it's like its own standalone song, a little electronic poppy song. Gossip kind of pulls it together. Otherwise, if there was no Gossip, it would just be rappable probably. You could do something over this, but Gossip gives it kind of a character of its own. So I like that. This fairy, the violin, the degrade, and the spray, all those sounds will come in later. I'll show you as it goes. We kind of start in, it's really echoey, really reverby. Kind of closes up just a bit. I did like a little chord switch in between just so it kind of doesn't sound stale here. So it's not the same thing over and over again. I don't really know what I did. I did something. And right here I did, just to make this sound more prevalent, Gossip I doubled. Just copied and pasted over itself. Or as it goes later into this next portion, there's a reverb, but going into kind of like the build up or whatever. With Gossip I really like to do, or just with like lead sounds, I like to do pitch bending and stuff like that. I could just that was weird. Yeah, I think it sounds kind of cool. And you have to use it pretty selectively, but it fits pretty neatly. So now we've got kind of a start. That's kind of how I end up starting a lot of my songs, is I'll just have something like this to go. That's something like this to start off. Pulls into a chord bass, kilobyte chord bass, reverby sound, and echoey sound. So what I did with this second, this is the same sound, leak, leak, whatever. What I did with this second, the arpeggiator, is I added a delay, but I actually made the delay be 1/64th of itself. So it sounds, it does like a ping, like the delay is like kind of thing, rather than da, 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 da. You know, I can use that kind of as an effect. Like it's echoing off of cave walls or something like that. I think it sounds really cool. Little lead up, little build up, some fun snare stuff. I really thinned out the chords and the bass for this part here. So just as it goes up, you can hear the chorus and the chorus. The bass and the chords really thin out, especially pretty early on actually in this one. It gives you like a thinner feeling so that when you go into this like whole section, this new section, then it feels bigger, hopefully, because the part before it felt smaller. So just like a straight up bass down. Of course, you don't want to use the same chord progression that you did before. So how do you start? I decided with this one to go with just yeah, it's just an F. I pulled the release down super fast, so stick it as I liked. So it sounds really neat. I doubled Gossip with Fairy. So it just feels wider. I put the chorus on it. This distortion is actually a bit crusher. It's actually not crushed at all. It's just the rate, just like the bit rate of it is really, whatever. So it has this little video gamey feel. We're coming from a sound from the prior. We're coming from leak. So if we were to not hear leak in this next portion, it would feel like we're missing something. So what I did here, just for the beginning, is just added this. And it does a lot. It does a lot without really realizing it. It's noticeable to me, at least. Yeah. This makes me so excited. So I did a change in chords and on bass there. Actually, I started with the bass. I just changed the bass from, instead of just doing an F, I changed it to do an A sharp. So it has this new bass sound. So I actually just, all I did there was add chords to it. So it sounds like it's kind of rising a bit. Oh, also notice that the drums, different snare. So I made the snare a lot lighter in this first section, and then the snare is bigger. A little drum riff or drum fill right at the end there. Drum riff. A little drum fill at the end just to kind of cap off. Goes back into what we know, but we keep the same drum sound, we keep whatever. We actually add Fairy as the Gossip doubler. So it doesn't sound any emptier than it did in the last chorus. And then everything gets really reverby again. We go back into this second build-up. Although this time I pulled this leak sound and I added this violin. Now I bring the leak in as everything kind of gets back to bigger noise. Something I added here that I did in Mrs. Dangerous that I thought was really cool was I took a sound and made it sound like a siren. For the second drop section, usually you want to do something different. Of course, you don't really want to rehash the same crap. You want something to feel newer. You can do like different chord progressions and stuff like that, but I actually really like the last one I did. So my goal in this second drop was just to enhance the chord progression that I found in that first drop or whatever you want to call it, drop or just section or whatever. So that is, I just added this spray sound. And also have no drums to start that off, which I think is really cool. Yeah, so this spray kind of drives home the big impact. And the other thing that drives it home is this bass now is I added distortion to it. And spray, I also had, I have the attack super low, or I mean well, yes, the attack, but also the release, which helps this section right here, which, because I have like a kick drum here, and then we bring the lead back in for the second half. Trim it down to return back to what we know. And now we have spray as kind of some background for the chords. And this is our lead out. Very simple, just kind of like call back to the build up, but like, that's my song. Thank you so much for watching. That's my song, and yeah. I don't know what else to say. I've been vibing out to this one for the last couple of days, so I hope you get to as well, if you like it or not. Remember to like and subscribe.